instruct or we can influence the owners that if you want to cater to tourists from different around the world, then we can assist you to improve.
Yeah, because this is sort of the, if you want the international marketplace to come to you, then, yeah.
The organizations or other organizations are known for that type of sustainable tourism, and that's what we want the establishment want to do. And they will also improve their establishments, the employees.
How about, are you guys finding in your areas that you have training programs in colleges or universities or vocational schools to help train the very needs that you might have? So are there students that go for ranger training or national park training, park resources management program, for example?
Well, yeah, we've had people go to courses run by the University of Florida.
Oh, yeah.
But also we've had, we're working with Colorado State University.
Okay.
They're supposed to come down and do a workshop for
Is that Stu Cottrell?
yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. And I hope again, it's one of the 1,000 emails that someone's working on.
Yeah.
I've been in touch with them, so I know that. So we
Good.
do stuff like that as well. The U.S. We also work with the U.S. Park Service.
Okay.
TNC, et cetera,
Sure.
for some aspects of our training, mostly resource management. With respect to sustainable tourism, we work with the Ministry of Tourism to develop and implement nature guide certification program.
Oh, excellent.
No, it's not. It's definitely not excellent. Right, it should be, but again, it's one of the things where, the Ministry of Tourism has more money than sense. And, so you find it coming up with these programs that just don't make any sense to train people. So they have these week-long training programs from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. After a guy has been out on a boat all day fishing in the hot sun. At 6 o'clock, he's ready to sleep. He's not ready. So if you're going to do, so things like, if you're going to do a program, announce it 6 months out. If you and I wanted to do a training program, we know we got to take a week off or a couple of days off. So maybe we do a couple of evenings and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all day or something like that.
Sure.
And you have to make it accessible everywhere.
Yes, very
Because they
right.
can't go to the main cities to attend these classes if they're living out in the middle of the jungle somewhere.
Right? Well, there you go. Done. Finished. Yep. And sometimes in our case, with River Street, we do trainings all the time because we have a safety issue too, right, on rivers, and it's, you got to take care of people. But we took one of our lead guides overseas to the U.S. and showed them how river operations work in various situations around. We spent about 8 months over there, and working as a guide and learning, and just learning a different perspective of, kind of what people are expecting, because we don't want to do as clients. And then he came back and shared that training with the rest of the people again. Hopefully we'll do that with another one in a year or two. So
I also think if you're talking about not national parks per se, but you're talking about private industry like hotels. Interpretation is so critical, and what people forget about, a lot of hotels forget about, is the transportation from one place to the other is a wonderful opportunity to teach and educate your client And in our case, because we were one of the first places people come after they land in Costa Rica, our drivers begin from the second they pick them up in the airport. This airport was built with funds from, and they start going through the little neighborhoods and talking about why the houses have bars on the windows and how come there's so many dogs and what the culture is and what that noise is and how come the people are walking on that side. And, you know, by the time they get to our hotel, they already understand a little bit about the culture that they're in. And they also have seen some landmarks that will indicate where they are. And these things are really important. Your bus boy or your boton is a bellhop or anybody who speaks the language of your guests is a valuable tool to help them learn. So that's really important.
And what we've seen in relationship to national parks, for example, protected areas, if we can get the communities surrounding them to adopt the park as their own, then you have anybody down to a person pumping gas and having a little gas station that knows what's going on in the park. So they know there's a migration, or they know that there's a particular season that highlights some activity in the park, and they post it, and they all become sort of a steward of that park. So there's a little community outside of Colorado, outside of Rocky Mountain National Park, that has absolutely adopted that park as their own. It becomes, oh, well, I can go into this community and learn all about the park. So when I go into the park, I know when the elk are going to be there bugling, because everybody in that community knows when the elk are going to be there bugling. So I think it's critical that we're not just talking about the guides or the front line, right?
No, it's the whole chain.
The whole chain.
The whole chain, yeah. And the best guides in Costa Rica have traditionally been the children of the poachers.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they would go out with their parents when they're little and they'd hunt illegally and they knew every single smell, sound, track, and they had a change of attitude at some point, or, you know, like you did, like we were talking about last night, and they go, no, I don't want to do this anymore. And they're not educated in a university. They're educated in the jungle. And, you know, they know the sounds, they know the names of all the birds, they know what that means. And that's a really good way of finding people sometimes.
There's a similar way hunting of deer and bear, but they can a little bit make a living out of those things. So now the hunters become all these predators, which
they hunt with the camera.
Yeah.
Even as also the green cameras, fishermen were angling.
Oh, yes.
They have changed.
Yeah.
And they become examples of transforming those who were ranked by leaders in forces.
But you have to, you know, that one's kind of tricky because, I mean, you have to make sure that is you can hire 2 or 3 people as guards and really stop 50 people from fishing. And you've employed 3 people, but we've taken away the livelihoods of 50 people. So that's always an interesting thing that you know, hasn't always been addressed. I mean, it's important to convert some of these people, but you have to find opportunities to replace that lost income. And that's one of the things that we've been facing. You know, we know these guys poach. We know they make money off of the Zuma Keys Island and Separ. And so as we've, you know, moved up in enforcement over the years, it's always been my philosophy that we got to find ways to convert these people and make sure that they can make money. So, you know, we know when the boats are coming in to use our moorings, or we can use intelligence to find out when they're coming. And as, you know, I had a discussion with some of the yachties, you know, in a meeting, and, you know, I said, oh, by the way, you know, next year you probably won't be able to go to Danger Reef or this reef or that reef without a guide, you know, and these Americans, no offense, coming into my country takes offense to the fact that I would tell them that I'm going to make this a guides only area, and you're going to have to pay a local guide. Thank you, yeah. I said, haven't you been to places in the U.S. where you cannot go without a guide? Exactly.
Whole country.
Okay. So
You can't go anywhere in the country without a guide, anywhere.
So you have to make sure that you build it that. And then what we're doing now with the Jeff project is actually training these communities. You know, I was talking about the student ministry of tourism. You know, they have this birders program. You know, so they this bird watching guide certification program, which was really not good to start with. And they go in the Exuma Keys, no, but in the Exuma Keys land in Sea Park, where there are no birds, really. I mean, if you want, you know, so you could certify.
I'm certified.
Yeah, you could certify all of them. Yeah, but there are no birds. But you got beautiful reefs. You can do kayaking. You know, so you say, I want to do some kayaking tours where these people can go from the southern part of the park all the way up to the north. And I mean, just common sense type
So
stuff.
I'm gonna tell you one alternative to this. And that is, you're talking from the viewpoint of a national park having a guide that takes people into the national park. It basically works for the national park as a guide.
Yeah.
So then why would you have any input one way or the other if it doesn't work for you?
Because he's from the community.
Okay, but this is where I'm getting
Oh,
at.
sorry.
He's from the community. He's looking for a way to make a living. And the people who are going to give him the biggest opportunity to earn a living will be tourists. So what you need to do is make that link between the tourist entities that send guests on these trips, or the tour operators that send people down there, and say, here's the guide, and then through feedback and through other ways of conversing, have somebody go, I didn't like that guy. He didn't know anything about the reefs, and so you go, okay, you know what? It's not working out with us and you. We're going to find another guy. And through the marketing, the basic kind of economic strata, you start finding guides that are competitive. Like, I not only know about birds, I know about the reefs, I know about the water. Oh.
Is there a guide association in the Bahamas?
Fly fishing.
Just for fly fishing?
Yeah.
Because I was going to do a presentation, and if we have time, I can still do it. But in Australia, they created an eco-guide certification. And so they're licensed guides, and they have an association where they can be brokered out, or they can work for a company or anything. But they have a skill set that's not just bird watching, or, you know, they basically have general skills that can safely take people out.
Yeah, that's a good help. We have that in Costa Rica too. By law, for the CST, you can't be guided about that. But for some countries that they don't have that facility yet to create that infrastructure because they don't have the supply chain to feed that. You know, who's going to pay for all of them once they get this? Why should I get a guiding certification? There's no work to be had.
Oh, right. No, you have to have the work. But if there were a demand for, if there were areas like a national park that said, no, you can only come in here with a guide, they're all of a sudden got demand for that, right? So, yeah, I think that could be.
I was just looking at the word facilities.
Yeah.
And it's really important. You know, for us, it's a big expense. I mean, you know, we have a park in Abaco, which, you know, people can go and see the endangered Bahama Park. It's on an island that is probably, it's the third largest island as far as, you know, as far as tourism, and, you know, so local people want us to put in trails, but they can't put in trails with a business center, restroom, and have safety nets, whatever. And, you know, so Ministry of Tourism comes to me, again, more money than sense, but they don't want to give me none of the money, and I put together a really nice interpretive program. We hired a wildlife interpretive specialist firm we worked with. They came up with a really good plan. We got it all costed out. And it costs a lot of money. It's going to cost us $1.5 million US to put in a trail, you know, a driving trail, safe walking trails, viewing platforms, business setup. But you have to have those facilities or else you don't have the quality products. Even if you have a good guide, you know, then the complaints can come back to the national park that you know, Ricky was really good, but you know, really wouldn't mind not having to send my wife behind a tree.
Yes.
You know,
Or climb up a mountain that you had to go straight
yeah,
up.
but we don't have any mountains.
It's not nice. Well, but in the case of other people.
Yeah. But,
No, it's all part of the big circle.
Yeah. But I think funding infrastructure is a big challenge that people face everywhere. And we face that with our small little lease for conservation in Fiji. And what we've tried to do is partner with like Nature Fiji, who cares about education. So they actually helped us design the interpretive panels, and we're going to fund that design. So maybe you can even get commercial partners, you know, people that want to see their name on an interpretive panel or something to actually fund that. Sponsors, basically, and that's what a lot of parks are going to in the United States. Fortunately, unfortunately, I don't know. That's all debatable, but through concessions or through partnerships, sometimes we get sponsors of a particular facility that is a good thing. So,
Because if you're considering non-massive tourism as the way you want to go, like Bhutan has, like Costa Rica has, another country has. If you just consider the ramifications of that in terms of the day-to-day living, insurance. If you're sending people into a small little tour and you're only taking 3 or 4 people, but the insurance company says,
I need $1 million policy.
yeah, and you have
That's
to put handrails on every single trip, and you have to have lights, and you're going, I'm bringing 3 people, and it would take me 160 years in order to pay this back. So you end up either not doing it, or not doing the tour, but the mass tourism entities go, well, I'm going to have 150 people a day going through this. I'll do it, and they get a trip. So we have the whole chain of issues besides the actual tourism or travel part has to be addressed when you're talking about small scale tourism. It's a very cost prohibitive activity.
yeah, I think you're right.
Or related to that, like infrastructure, is that sometimes the ministry or the company giving the tourist for the development company that gives a license for tourism. Most people that operate in tourism don't have it because they want you to put rails, air, and
Safety stuff.
concrete and all sorts of things that are just not up to it, and it's sometimes difficult.
And what I've seen in our national forest, for example, is once you put in water, for example, you've now allowed a whole bunch of people that normally, keep it small scale, they might carry their own, but if you put in a shower, that's one thing. It just explodes, and all of a sudden you get huge RVs or huge things coming in that it just isn't appropriate for. So,
Or if you get talking about permitting a license, if you have a kind of tour, for instance, we have an agro-ecotourism tour where we bring people to our coffee farm and walk them through and show them the beneficio and all this stuff. And when we did our Rainforest Alliance certification for agriculture, they, in their inspections, they said, well, there's some non-conforming issues that we have with your farm. And I said, well, what are they in terms of sustainability? Because I pride myself on that. What could that be? And they said, well, one of the things that are part of our norms is that you have to have, all the workers in your coffee field have to have a little notebook and a pen and have to be able to note on a log when they see certain trees that are in your coffee fields. And I said to the Rainforest Alliance, no, I'm not doing that. I want their eyes there, not there. I want them, they're coffee workers. I need them to be tending to my plants. I would love for them to know about birds in their spare time, and I will talk to them about it. But I'm a businessman who has a farm product I have to turn out. So we had this discussion, and I think that the sense of reality got back to them a little bit, and they kind of backed down on that. But with permitting and licensing, a lot of times it's about trying to do something really wonderful, but it's not addressing the business itself that you need to do.
For example, for this permit from government, there are these 3 cabins that we have at one of the recreational areas, and they were built in the early 1970s. And so 2 of them are really small. 1 bedroom and a little kitchenette, living, dining, and a bathroom. It's really small. And the fire department had to come and inspect as part of the whole permitting process. And the fire department said, well, we need a front door and a back door. Because it's not safe without that. And they actually went and investigated the cost of putting in a door. And in addition, because of how it's on a hilly area, you can't just open the door and say, oh, so you also have to have steps coming